G'day everybody, welcome back. We're talking today another lesson of JavaScript Minecraft. Okay, this is the part 2 of lesson 3 where we can talk about events and triggers. So the first event we did was about the yellow brick road, and that was our walk event, or rather the on-traveled event. Okay, today what we're going to be looking at is a different event structure, and this one's going to be every time we kill a zombie, it's going to spawn 2 more zombies. Okay, so the event is the mob being killed, and the trigger is every time you kill it, it's going to spawn another zombie. Okay, so let's jump right into our code. I'm going to go back into my world, nice big empty world. Now before we start this one though, because we're using zombies in this time, we're going to have to change a setting or two. Okay, so I'm going to set myself up first, and I'm going to go into settings, and I'm going to change it. Instead of being in peaceful, we're going to change it so we're working in easy. Now, after you've done all your code and everything, you can go ahead and you can change it to nighttime, and you can change it to change it to difficult and turn daylight hours off and all that kind of stuff. For now, just for the lesson though, we're going to leave it with creative, and we're going to leave it on easy. Okay, that'll allow us to have some zombies working in our world. Okay, now that we've got that world set up, we can go ahead and open Code Builder. Okay, and I'm going to create a new JavaScript project. This one is going to be called Last Stand. Okay, Last Stand at the Alamo, famous historical event that we're going to try and simulate now with zombies. Okay, our first lesson based on this one. Now, you may remember from the previous lesson that we do a player.on. Now that represents the on event, or the on this thing happens. Okay, every time on chat, on traveled, on died, on arrow shot, all those different types of things. Okay, now we're not going to use a player to trigger that this time. What we're going to be looking at is we're going to do a mobs being killed. So mobs.on mob killed. Okay, now obviously it's as I tabbed across, then it automatically populated with chicken. Now obviously that's not what I want, because every time I want to fight a zombie, I'm going to be having zombies appear. Okay, now the first one, every time a zombie gets killed, okay, we're going to execute the code that occurs here. Now what is that code that's going to happen? Well, as I said at the beginning, if you kill one zombie, 2 more are going to appear. Now after this, you can go ahead and change it and make it a bit harder if you want. Every time you kill one, 5 more zombies appear. It'll very quickly become very exponential, and it can be very difficult to keep track of them after that. Okay, but we're going to start with a very simple, kill 1, 2 more appear. Now we're going to start with another for loop. So for, let i equals 0. We're going to count just up to 2 this time. So we're just putting a loop that's going to iterate, or it's going to repeat just 2 times. Okay, so I++. Now we open up our curly brackets, or our braces, and this is the code that we're going to put in. It's going to be mobs.spawn. Okay, obviously instead of a chicken, however, we don't want that. We want it to be a zombie. Now the next one is, if we want the zombie to appear right in front of us, we'd leave that code as it is, but I don't really want that to happen. Okay, I might set it up so I've got a zombie appearing 5 to the side of me and 5 in front of me. Okay, now they should both appear there. Okay, and we'll test that now. So let's go ahead and try our code. So I'll play that code now. I'll walk around. Okay, there's no zombies at the moment. You can see, because we've changed it to easy, you can see these little zombie ball guys. These, I forget what they're called right now, but they will just float around. They'll ignore you because we're in easy right now. All right, now in order to get the zombie to appear in the first place, you're going to have to open up your inventory and put a zombie into your blocks. Okay, so to open up your inventory, simply hit E on the keyboard, grab the zombie egg, put it into your first slot. Okay, hit escape, type 1, and now I can throw that zombie out in front of me. Okay, you can see that zombie is just over there right now. Now, as long as I've got this code working on mob killed, it should execute this line, mobs.spawn 2 more, when the first one dies. Okay, so let's just play that code again. Where's he gone? Oh, he's nearly dead anyway because it's daylight. Oops, there he is. I waited too long. I'll just paste one out again. All right, so if I kill this zombie, okay, you can see me fighting him right now. Okay, I'm going to hit a couple more hits. bit harder than I thought just then. And you can see those other two have now spawned just there as well. All right, I'll kill one more of these ones just now, show you how fast they execute. Okay, they're on fire right now, by the way, for those that don't realize, because it is daylight, and there's the two more that have appeared as well. Okay, if it was nighttime, they would actually not be on fire, and they'd be even harder to kill right now. Okay, so you saw those two zombies appearing. Every time I killed one, two more appeared. As I said before, you could make it a bit harder so that instead of just having two, you might want to have 5 appear. So if I test that code right now, where are they gone? Oh, I'll have to spawn another one for me right now. Just place a new one out. Let's get rid of this guy for us. Oops, he's nearly dead. There's one. And oops, I think they spawned somewhere else right now. Let's just place one more. Make sure I'm the one killing him. If he just dies, then that's actually not going to trigger the event on mob killed. So I've killed that one, and there's my 5 new zombies ready to attack. Okay, now it's a little easy at the moment because the zombies all appear in the exact same position. Okay, so we're going to make it just a little bit harder, and we're going to make them appear in a random location, so we never know exactly where they're going to occur. Okay, so I'm going to modify this code just a little bit. And instead of having position 505, I'm going to have a randomized function where I'm going to make them appear between a range of coordinates. Okay, so they might be here, here, or here. Each time they run through that loop, it's going to choose a different location as well. So this is how we do it. Oops, not uppercase. We've got rand pos, open up a new bracket, and I've got my first section set up already. So that's the one side of the range. Now I'm going to do the next side, and that's going to be equal to -5, 0, -5. Okay, so I'll just make that one on the next line, and you guys should be able to see that that's nicely lined up now. Got the randomized position function set up. Okay, let's test that code now. Oops, we could not run that code. Have I done a mistake somewhere? Yep, I've got one bracket missing. So you can see my little bracket there has indicated that it thought there was supposed to be something there. I can see it already, but I'll just emphasize it now. If I click on this bracket here, it's closing there. This bracket here is closing there, but where is this one shut? Okay, that one doesn't seem to match up to anything. So I need one more bracket to close that off. Okay, and you can see that little error disappeared. All right, so let's click on play. If I just throw out one more zombie, I'm going to kill this little guy very quickly. Now, hopefully what's going to happen is we're going to have 5 more zombies appear, but they're all going to be in random locations as soon as this one is killed by me. And there they were there, all different locations. Okay, I can make it even harder. Instead of doing 5, I might want to say spawn 50 zombies right next to me as soon as I've managed to get rid of one of them. Now we're going to make that very difficult for us very fast. I'm just doing this to emphasize it. Look how difficult that became very, very quickly. Now, if you set that to daytime, if you set that to nighttime and you turn it on difficulty, it's going to become a very difficult game very quick. Okay, so that's the end of the part 2 of lesson 3, the events. Remember, the main part of that concept was we're using the on mob killed event to create or to trigger all of this code here to happen. Okay, now we've used loops several times, okay, over and over again. You saw that I had a loop now. That one occurred 50 times. Imagine 50 zombies appearing at random locations all around you. Okay, thanks again today, guys.